everyone, welcome back to Cricketing Eye. We have Ajay ji again today with us, and last 24 hours has been very bit strange. A lot of things have happened. Dhoni has retired, Raina has retired, and lastly, just a very sad news coming of Chetan Chauhan sir has died because of corona and other illness. So let's start with the tragic news and pay our condolences to Chetan ji. Ajay ji, what would you like to have to say about this?
Yes, I think very sad because just as a person, as a cricketer, we all know he was so gritty. But even as a human being, he was a very straightforward person. Whenever we met him, and he did a lot for the Delhi Cricket Association as well. He was part of it for a long time. Of course, now he was a minister in the UP government. But it's really sad, and our condolences. But we always remember him as a very fine cricketer, as a very fine opening batsman who partnered Sunil Gavaskar for a long time. Even in Test matches, although he never got 100, we always know that the kind of knocks he played as an opening batsman, Chetan Chauhan, and after that, of course, into administration, into a lot of things, into a lot of social activities as well. So really very sad that such a person is no more.
Yeah, absolutely. And everyone I talk to, they all have good words to say about Chetanji. What's your favorite memory or what's your moment with him which you will always remember?
Of course, on the field, because I remember, being a youngster kid and watching him go and open the innings in Australia along with Sunil Gavaskar. That time, I remember the highlights used to come. There wasn't that live telecast, but we used to have those highlights coming in the evening. And just watching him bat and giving that opening stand, that opening partnership with Sunil Gavaskar, that was fantastic. And those memories will always stay up and linger in our mind for a long, long time.
Yeah, and I think he served as the longest opening partner for Sunil sir. So, like you can imagine how good a player he must have been.
Yeah, absolutely. And even, Sunny Bhai always had great words for him because it's just not about the number of runs, because being an opening batsman myself, I know that the first task of an opening batsman is to make the ball a bit older. It's just not about the runs because that makes things easier for the remaining batsmen, for the batsman to follow, for the middle order. So, and I think in that scenario, he did a fantastic job, Chetan Chauhan. Always, playing a long innings. As I mentioned, he got a few 50s in Test match cricket, but never got 100. But he came very close to getting 100. But I think more than that, the kind of starts he gave to the Indian side, along with the great Sunil Gavaskar, that would always be cherished and remembered for a long time.
Yeah, absolutely. I think his contribution as a player and as a non-player, like off the field as well, I think everyone will remember. And we will all have good memories of him. And I sincerely hope that God give him, his family a lot of strength and peace to his soul. So moving on, Ajayji, the other big news, Dhoni finally officially retiring. What
Yeah,
do
I
you make
think.
up of the news? Were you
Uh, uh,
expecting this
uh,
somewhere down the line, or is it a surprise?
yeah, Yeah, honestly, I thought probably he would just see the IPL because personally I thought that he still had a lot of cricket left. But again, it's up to the individual. As your body is aging, can your body really take it? But of course, the good thing is that we'll still see him in the IPL. But he's been a remarkable performer. He's been a great performer for the Indian side. What he's given to cricket, especially Indian cricket, the only captain to lift all the three ICC trophies. But I think more than that, of course, we mentioned about the captaincy, but more than that, I think the package he brought on the field, being the finisher that he was, the wicket keeper, the sharp mind he had, the help many a times, after even his captaincy, he gave to Virat Kohli in the one day format or the T20 format. That was admirable.
And
And he was
especially,
always,
yeah, sorry to
and
interrupt, and
he
his
was
handling of the spinners as well.
absolutely, and he, I think the best part was that he was a great student of the game. he read the game so well, and that's the reason you see many a times when he I mentioned about the finisher aspect in his batting, when India were chasing, and how close to the game, to the very last. The calculations in his mind. He knew his partner, the partner that he was batting with, his ability to the best, and many a times he took upon his own to win matches for India, and he's done on numerous occasions. A few times India might have lost as well, but I think more than that, I think 90 out of 100 times India won when he was finishing, and that's the reason he will always be remembered. I think the overall package he brought, the captaincy, the intelligence, and not to forget, coming from a place like Ranchi, and from a small town, and the heights he reached in his cricketing field. That's really admirable, because many a times, we talk about the metros, we talk about the big cities from where the cricketers come from, Mumbai, Delhi, Chennai, Bangalore. But coming from Ranchi, where there weren't many great cricketers, but the heights he reached, I think, admirable. I think everybody's sad that we no longer will see him in the international colors, in the India colors, but what is given to the game has been phenomenal.
And do you believe if the World Cup hasn't been postponed, he would have not retired and might have stayed on? Like if he had played IPL 4 5 months before the World Cup was still happening, we might have seen Dhoni once again.
I feel those are ifs and buts. Yes, that could be the case as well. You're right, because when you're aging, and I think every hour, every month, every day really counts. So you never know, because yes, the World Cup was there in Australia, but now of course it's been cancelled, and we have the World T20 next year in India, and then it goes back to Australia. So yes, I think it's again a bit of time left for the World T20 in India. Now, that could be the case, but ifs and buts. But I think he's taken a call now, but he understands his body. He understands that there's a bit of time left for the World Cup, and it's better that, because the Indian, overall, if you see, of course, we know what Dhoni has done. I mentioned that, but I think also the fact that in India, BCCI has done a remarkable job, because the kind of structure they have, the kind of domestic structure they have, there's so much of talent that's coming on. There are so many good cricketers, so many good keepers coming on. So I think he also understands that probably he doesn't want to block anybody's place. Of course, he has so much to offer, but he also understands individually. And we saw in Australia, as he left the captaincy and he retires straight away, he knows that he's not one man who's going to hang in there just for the sake of it. He knows that, yes, he's done well, and what he's done, everybody knows.
Yeah, very simple and humble man. That's even his retirement just shows his personality. Like off the field, even on the field, he's just so genuine. And just like normal persons are, no extra, show off, nothing like I'm a big star, because he's a massive star. Everyone knows Dhoni. Anyone who knows cricket knows Tendulkar, knows Dhoni. But he's so calm. I don't know how he does it. Do you think we will see another Dhoni-like person in at least in our lifetime?
I always feel, when Sunil Gavaskar used to play, they always said, would there be another batsman like him? And then Tendulkar came. Then after Tendulkar, we had Virat Kohli. Of course, he's still playing, and he's doing a great job, Virat Kohli. So I think, life moves on. Yeah, but you're right. The calmness he brought onto the field, the kind of man he was, the kind of inspiration he's been for the Indian side, for so many players. They look up to him. And I think still, after retirement from the international cricket, he'll have a lot to offer. But surely, I think it's difficult to say we'll have another Dhoni. But I think life moves on.
Do you think in T20s and ODI especially we have anyone who can replace to a certain extent, like Dhoni? Do you believe there is
Uh,
anyone right now?
I think we already seen, in T20s many a times opportunities have been given to Rishabh Pant, KL Rahul. He's done a fantastic job. In the longer format, we have Ridhiman Shah, who I think is a really, really good wicket keeper, especially his glove work. So, and there are a lot of talent coming on, because I've followed a lot of domestic cricket, so there's a lot of talent coming on. So in that way, I think Indian cricket is in safe hands. But I think not to forget that the time he spent, Dhoni, when Virat was also the captain, advising him, that really is good for Indian cricket, because Virat has himself said many occasions that he's learned so much from someone like Dhoni. And I think that's the best thing about Dhoni, that he's given so much to the game. He's built on someone like Virat Kohli. He's given him so many advices, so many matches we have seen in the crunch phase, when he just goes to the bowler or goes to the captain Virat Kohli, Dhoni, when he wasn't the captain, just giving advice. All those things have really made this Indian side, and that's the reason I think he's given so much overall to the Indian team.
Thank God, at least we are able to see him witness, like next two IPL seasons at least. So it's a sad moment, but at least as a fan, anyone who follows cricket will be able to see Dhoni playing like, like he does in T20s in IPL. He's an IPL great as well, not just an international great. I think maybe one of the greatest IPL stars.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we all know what Chennai has done as a side, and the way he's built that side. I think his calculations, he knows exactly what an individual can do. That's the hallmark of a good captain. At times you might not have a great player with you, but you know that this man in this situation can do the job for the side. And those calculations, those are inbuilt at times. He's a street smart cricketer. He's risen from tough situations. He knows how to win matches, and I think those things have really held him over a span of time. And I think how you build the team. At times you can spot that talent. He's brought in so many good cricketers into the Indian side when he was the captain, and I think those are some things that probably that those are inborn. You don't learn those things, but those are inborn. And I think that's the reason we've seen with the Indian side in all the formats when he was the captain with the CSK, the kind of performances they have had over the years.
Do you think this will be an extra boost for CSK this season to win this title and, like just a farewell kind of thing? And
Yeah,
especially with
probably.
Suresh Raina as well.
Yeah, again, Suresh Raina, of course, he also retiring. I think he also has done a tremendous job. Again, a very fine cricketer. But I think he also understands now there are a lot of youngsters coming up. The likes of Manish Pandey, who's done really well, Shreyas Iyer, who's doing well in the middle order. Then you have someone like Shubman Gill, who's got a lot of talent. So he understands that probably his time is over as well. But you're right, as a team, they want to give that present to Mahendra Singh Dhoni. This IPL, probably win this IPL for the great man, Mahendra Singh Dhoni, what he's done to Indian cricket. And that would be a great tribute to him. Why not?
Absolutely. Coming to Suresh Raina, do you think like he has been an underachiever or he's just not, he hasn't got his credit due. Like, he should have been, he's one of the best left-handers India's produced, but somewhere down the line, do you think he's not as popular as some of the other names, like Gambhir or any other names if we discuss?
I feel every cricketer has a phase, and during that phase, Suresh Raina was exceptional. Quality cricketer, especially in the shorter format. He's been really brilliant for India. Brilliant fielder. He can bowl those spinners as well. Another spinning option. Very handy batsman. He's won so many games for India. There was a phase in the longer format. I thought that he could have done much better.
Yeah,
That's one area probably he also knows it. But I think in the shorter format, he's been exceptional for India. So, and as they say, every cricketer tries his best. At times, things you don't get results as you want. But I think in the shorter format, he's done a remarkable job for Indian side. Probably in the test match arena, I expected that he could have played much more.
bit underachieved over there. But like in coming back to Rana again, I think don't you think somewhere down the line is because he couldn't bat in the top four in T20s that he's not part of the team? Because top four is pretty much you can't have anyone else, and you can't expect Rana to bat number six. Do you think that's one of the reasons that he decided maybe it's my time is over? because there's so many
No,
youngsters coming up to bat in top four. As you said, Shreyas Iyer coming at four, then Manish Pandey, Rishabh Pant, so many players.
yeah, I thought he got his chances. He got his fair chances, but you got to understand in T20 batting at number five, number six is very difficult. Because once you're coming at number five, number six, many occasions you don't have too many overs left, and that's a very difficult time to bat. Of course, if you're batting up in the order, as you rightly mentioned, you're opening the innings or batting at number three, number four, you get much more opportunities, especially in T20 game. But batting at number five, number six is a very difficult situation for any batsman. But many a times he's done that just because of his experience. We all know the kind of player he has been. He can really change his gears, Suresh Raina. And I think he's done a wonderful job. Even, we've seen him in the IPL, the kind of knocks he's played for the CSK. And I think he has had a very good career overall.
Yeah, and who can forget his contribution in 2011 World Cup, the semi-final,
Absolutely.
the
But
quarter-final, especially semi-final knock against Pakistan. Personally, though he did not score that big runs, but that's one of his best innings that I feel.
absolutely, and that's always the icing on the cake. The 2011 World Cup, India winning at home, and that's always any member of that side, of that winning side, will be always be proud. Of course,
Absolutely.
we saw at Wankhede Stadium what happened. Dhoni, of course, finishing things off, and Tendulkar. Then everybody was with him and giving him that trophy as well. But I think yes. Every member will be proud what they did in 2011. And of course, we always remember the 1983 World Cup, but 2011 as well. And not to forget 2007 when India won the World
T20. Yeah.
T20 under Dhoni.
I think a lot of credit goes to Dhoni as well for the way he, groomed youngsters like Raina, like Jadeja, like Kohli. I think the icon of legend of Dhoni, I don't think it's going to die. It will continue to grow and grow. More stories will come up now. People will start sharing their stories about Dhoni. So I think we are lucky to see such a player, uh, like in our lifetime, and such a humble person, human being as well. Lastly, with IPL coming up like pretty much in a month's time, it's for you, is CSK the favorite now?
I feel it's going to be very open this time because there are so many good sides. Mumbai Indians. I'm looking forward to Delhi Daredevils as well, who have a very good, bench strength as well. They have got some good overseas players. So I think it's going to be interesting. Not to forget KKR, not to forget Sunrisers Hyderabad. So yeah, but CSK, they know how to win. We have seen many a times. They are such a good side and of course led by a very very good captain. But also my eyes would be on RCB, under Virat Kohli because they have been underperformers so far. But you never know; they might spring a surprise this time. So it's going to be a very healthy competition this time in IPL as well.
Yeah, let's hope so. Let's hope, all the matches are pretty close. And, with Dhoni, his burden is off. Now he's officially retired. So we might see different Dhoni, more attacking, more like into his own, like the young Dhoni, which came up in 2004, like no stress of captaincy. I still remember his knock against Pakistan. I think personally for me, that still his one of his best ODI knocks. What's your favorite knock of him, Ajayji, if you remember it?
Oh, well, I tell you so many knocks, but I
Yeah.
still, I remember a game. Of course, not the batting, but the run out he did against Bangladesh.
Oh, yeah.
Last ball, underarm throw, hitting the stumps. He's been a magician. We always talk about him as a finisher, about his captaincy, but I tell you, he was a very good wicket keeper as well. People don't talk much about his keeping, but he was a terrific keeper, and the way he used to take the bails off in his stumping, in very,
Fastest
very quick
stumper.
time. Fastest, the reaction time was so quick. So, overall, we talk about his, so many other attributes like captaincy, finish the innings, his batting, his brain. But I think even keeping really, I think, got better and better as he played more international cricket.
I think maybe as they say, when you keep well, nobody notice you. So maybe he kept so well that there were no mistakes, no errors, hardly any mistake, you can say. So maybe that went unnoticed. And the fact that he was as great a player, that this side of his game, people didn't notice that much or didn't talk about that much.
Yes, you're right. Absolutely. I think umpiring and wicket keeping, those are two things that if you're doing well, nobody notices it because you make a blunder in, wicket keeping. You drop a simple catch, the batsman gets 100. Straight away the wicket keeper is in the limelight. And same with the umpiring. You might have a very good match, any format, one error, and that can change the course of the game. So these are two things really very tough and. At times you don't get credit for that, but you're very right that wicket keeping and umpiring, they are the two toughest things in cricket.
Yeah, toughest, maybe thankless as well sometimes. Thank you very much, Ajayji. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for your valuable
Pleasure.
inputs. Thank you everyone
Thank
for
you.
watching. Please subscribe to our channel and keep supporting us. Have a nice day. Keep safe. Thank you. Thanks.